Dusty, somebody just sent me a clip of my father at the 92nd Street Y saying that Washington said we shouldn't have parties. I didn't know that he had said it, but it's not a novel idea. I mean, I'm not just echoing Pop. It's just common sense. I mean, Washington said we shouldn't have parties, and he was right because they're killing us. Who do you got? How you doing, Cecilia, by the way? It's nice to see you there. It's our new line producer. You see you there?
We have Mike. We have Michael from Knoxdale, Pennsylvania.
Michael, what do you got, brother?
Hey, Chris, I want to tell you, first of all, that I really am pleased with what you are doing at NewsNation and providing a forum for people from all sides of the issues to speak. But what I want to say is I'm a traditional Methodist pastor serving in rural western Pennsylvania. But that being said, I agree with you, Chris, in your back and forth with Bill O'Reilly, that too many times people who profess to be Christians are actually becoming a huge part of the division in this country, where people are acting like this big threat is this alleged wokeism when they don't understand what the word woke means. And to me, I think a bigger problem than Drag Queen Story Hour is the problem of people who call themselves Christians screaming and yelling that they're going to stamp out wokeism. And it's hard for me to watch.
Yeah, I just think it's hard to reconcile any reckoning of Jesus' message with being a culture warrior. It just, forget about live and let live. Forget about all of the different instructions that were clearly aimed at whether it's turning your cheek or 7 times 70. It was love mercy. Don't worry about everybody else. Worry about yourself. And practice tolerance. And we've gotten away from it. Now, I don't mean to overgeneralize. I know a lot of people live well and they're motivated by their faith, but there are too many in the political sphere, on the minority fringe, who say they're one thing, but they show another every time they open their mouth or live their life. Pastor, thank you very much for living your faith and for calling into the show. Thank you for giving me a chance. Next.
Interesting callers tonight. Mike from Akron, Ohio.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Pretty good. This is Soccer Mike from Akron, Chris. Hey, just wanted to ask you, you've talked about don't play the game, and I'm not exactly sure who might be the Democratic or the Republican nomination because that's so far down the road. You've talked about being an outside player. Who do you think could possibly be an independent for 2024 that would possibly win, no matter who the Democratic or the Republican nomination is?
No one. Can't beat the game. Parties have too much power, and people would see them as a spoiler because they would be. So it's not about an insurgency. You got to remember what happened with Perot was a real one-off, and he definitely helped Clinton. So I really believe that the answer is you guys leaving the parties. Okay, I really do. I believe it's got to be bottom up, and that you make the people in the parties come to you. And play to you and your interests, and not just assume that because you're on their team, you're going to take whatever they say and whatever they offer. I really believe that's the difference. But in terms of who I think could come in and make a difference, I'd like to see more of Wes Moore. You should look him up and see what he's about. I think it's going to be an interesting race on the right. There's as good a chance that Trump doesn't see it through as Biden doesn't see it through, and I think we can do better than both of them. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.